Today's eMoney tip of the week is on the client onboarding option. We love this option and use it for all of our clients, but I know other advisors that don't like this feature and don't use it. The important part is to understand what it is and know how to turn it on or turn it off based upon your preferences for your clients. You can also turn this on for some clients and turn it off for other clients. So let's get started here. So let's start out with our sample client, Pam and Jim Helper. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to click up this little globe in the upper right hand corner. That's going to say the client website. We're going to click on this button that says manage. Now when we go to the left hand side, you're going to see the fourth tab down called onboarding options. This is where you're going to decide to turn this on or turn this off. So if we click here and click this off and we hit save changes, it's not going to be on. It's also going to tell you if this client has gone through this process or not. So let's go ahead with a sample client. Let's see what this looks like. So we're going to go preview the client website. If you have this feature on and you bring a new client onto the portal, what it's going to do is it's going to have them run through this onboarding process. It's going to have this screen. Now if this client wants to, they can keep skipping this. But until they fill this out or until you turn it off, they're going to see a screen every time they log in. So again, this client could go ahead, go to my home page. Are you sure you want to do that directly? Yes. And now they could go and access the portal. So it's really important to monitor this if your clients don't go through this, to really turn it off, because it could be a very aggravating feature for those clients. But again, we talk to every one of our clients and coach all our clients through it, and we say, hey, this is what this onboarding is going to look like. We show them a sample client, or when we first send them the invitation if they've accepted inside of the first meeting. So we really want to make sure our clients go through this. I'll talk to you in a second about why I like it, but let's show you what it looks like if this is not on. So again, we're going to go down here to onboarding options. We're going to turn this off. We're going to hit save changes. And now, when that client first logs in, they're going to see their client portal. Now, if this is a brand new client, this sample client I already have data in here, everything's going to be 0 inside of here. Why do we like this feature? Well, let's go and turn it back on, and let's see what it looks like. So we're going to go back here to onboarding options. We're going to turn this on, and we're going to hit save changes. We're going to come back up here. We're going to preview this client website. Let's go ahead and get started. I strongly encourage you, go through a sample client and fill out these questionnaires. You're going to notice the first thing they get to do is they get to pick their financial priorities. So this is literally going to feed data into their financial priorities. So this particular client we already had financial priorities for, so there's a couple already checked. If they don't, it's interesting what clients will check in here that could potentially be different than what you mentioned in a particular client meeting. So we're going to leave this one the same. We're going to hit next step. You're going to see that, can you prioritize these? So the client can move these up and down, right? So they can say, oh, providing legacy is the most important. Oh, retiring with confidence is more important. Then we're going to click on the next step. What keeps you up at night? It's that great open-ended question a lot of advisors ask their clients, and a lot of times we ask clients this question in client meeting. They go and they fill out this onboarding, and we'll get completely different information. So it's really great. They can click on any different one on here, right? And then they can click next step. And it's going to ask the client for more information. So a lot of times we might not have gotten their date of birth in the first meeting. It's going to ask them for that. Also, if we have their date of birth incorrect, they're probably going to correct me. I don't want to ask their gender in a meeting. Now I can find out their gender without having to ask that in a meeting. Are you in a relationship? Find out if they're married or divorced. It's going to fill out a lot of great information, and especially in that first meeting if you haven't gotten a lot of this information yet. Tell us about your family. They're going to fill out their children. They're going to put their children's date of birth in here so they can say, I have a child. A lot of advisors, they want to ask this question. They want to do this input, so they don't like this on here. I like it because I've already had the information. They see I have it. And it's amazing what a client might tell a computer or ask when they're prompted this way that you might not ask. But it also takes away some of the monotonous questions that we have to ask a client. Their employer name, their job title, their salary. This is such a great questionnaire that really does a good job of taking them step by step. It doesn't give them a big list to gather some of this information you need to onboard a client. They'll talk a little bit about their goals. So let's say they want to have limited time, change of a state of residence. This is great information, and you're going to be able to see all this information. they want to have an education goal, they can tell us exactly what the amount is. Now they're not going to be able to pick the college the way we can, and we can always change this data once it comes in, but it's really great for this to be in here. This client's house is already in here. Maybe they're going to add another house in here. It's really going to collect step-by-step, very valuable information from your clients. I love this one. What other professionals do you work with? They're going to tell me their property and casualty agent. They're going to tell me their lawyer. They might even tell me their financial advisor. And they get this congratulations page. I love this because it gives you an award for saying, hey, it did this work. Thank you for doing it. Now it's going to take them to the home site. So we love this feature, but maybe you don't. So how do you take this away as a default setting? So we told you how to turn it on and off for that particular client, but you're going to notice there wasn't any button to save for default. So let's get back in the client profile. And we're going to start here from the beginning. So I'm going to go right to the overview. This is what it will look like you come into a client profile. And we're going to click up here on settings. And we're going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom to where you see client site default. And you're going to click here on onboard settings. And you're going to notice right here, do you want to put this on or do you not want to put this on? Do you want to put this on or not put this on? And just make sure you hit save. And that's going to default to every client you bring in here. If you have this checked, that's going to run through the onboarding process. If you take this off, it's not going to default. You can still turn it on. It's just what the default is without you having to go and change it inside that client profile. We hope this tip helped educate and empower you to do more plans for your clients so that you can impact more lives through financial planning. If you have some great tips we don't know about, we'd love to hear about them. If you have a better way of doing what we just showed you, we'd love to hear about that because we are a noble profession and together we can elevate the profession.